This 23rd chapter is really probably out of all of the Isaiah chapters, this is one I enjoy the most. If you look at your heading, it says the destruction of Babylon is a type of the destruction at the second coming. So if we can find out what took place when Babylon was destroyed, and then we'll get a feel for what that is going to look like in our day at the destruction before the second coming. It'll be a day of wrath and of vengeance. Babylon, the world, shall fall forever. So let's just kind of dive in here for a few minutes, and if you have questions, Sister Stroud says sometimes I go a little bit too fast, and we're in no rush, so we can just take our time here. Okay, so let's go to verse 1. The burden of Babylon. The word burden should be respecting. So respecting Babylon, or in other words, what's happening to Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. And he sees it in vision. Now verse 2 is the importance of temple covenants in order to have power in the day of tribulation. Okay? There's a little note that I'll make there. The importance of temple covenants to have power in the day of tribulation. So Isaiah says, lift up the banner. Now, a banner anciently was something that they used to prepare for war. So whenever it would be like what we would call in English a muster, where they would muster. Steve, how would you explain muster? You should know that word by military man, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we use it kind of different, or maybe exactly the same. It means come to one central location and pay attention to it.
Okay, good. Well said. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. And of course, now we're talking about temples. Exalt the voice unto them. Here we go. Shake the hand. Now, if you're thinking temple, that has some significance, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Receive laws, covenants, tokens, signs, and names of the temple. Sister Millette, when you go to the temple, you'll see that that really has a strong application, because in the temple there are handshakes that are made, okay, that represent power and represent different status and positions. And look what else it says, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Okay? The nobles has significance to those who have received the fullness of the priesthood and have power in the priesthood, have received all the blessings of the temple. Okay? Going through the gates up there in the temple, there's a little statement that it says that when you receive these signs and tokens, keywords and everything, you receive those so that you can pass by the angels who stand as sentinels. Okay, so as you're working your way back from a fallen state into the presence of the Lord, at one place, according to the temple, you're going to have to pass by guards, angelic guards, who are going to ask you for information that can only be received in the temple. If you can't give them that information, you won't be allowed to pass. Okay? So if you start looking at these kinds of things in verse 2, then it has a whole different feel for what it's going to be like for us to get through the destruction in the latter days prior to the second coming, which was typified by the destruction of Babylon in the day of Isaiah. Does that make sense? Go ahead, Alan.
I like the walking through, like,